Welcome to Golden Mountain Golden Widow.
Yes. ABC 1 2 3 4 1 1 1 1 1 8 times.
The technique will be starting very shortly now.
capitalism promotes not only the welfare of their personal success but also the good of the country. Hi, I'm Vishal Shah, and today I will be debating on the topic that the greater good of the greater good of starting my points. Capitalism is important not for only personal growth but also for it can directly help the development of the countries and the people, citizens of the countries. Here's how. Capitalism can help to drive innovative ideas. Like, for example, Tesla and Apple have been creating innovative ideas like smartphones, cars, etc. that has been creating competition in the business world. This has not only caused self-benefit for the companies, but also benefits for us who's using smartphone and cars, vehicles in our daily life. Likewise, capitalism helps to promote freedom and choice, as people can choose their job, their interests accordingly, and they can be more motivated to do it as it interests them and they like doing it, so it motivates them to do it, which can cause more higher chances of success than and then not even that, but capitalism can help in many other aspects. It can indirectly help in the development of the country. The people of the country can use the innovative ideas in their daily life, like how suggested before. The cars, vehicles, the business ideas, the products that are made through businesses, we use that in our daily life, which has been helping us, which has made our life more convenient. So I support the fact that capitalism is much more better than looking for the development of others all over me. Self success can indirectly help the lifestyles and welfare of the people and the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving on to the first speaker for the motion. The concept of greater good is more achievable in socialism than in capitalism.
Socialism values more on equality rather than liberty. Good morning, dear panel of jury, teachers, as well as everyone present in this room. I, Rishma Didi, am here to stand for the motion that the greater good is achievable more by socialism rather than capitalism. Socialism is basically like, it's a concept where everyone gets the equal rights and no one is like, up or down. In socialism, a clear example can be there's a big piece of cake and everyone gets the pieces, which is equal. Whereas capitalism focuses more on letting people and businesses create wealth, so which can later be shared. But then, it's like there's a cake, but some people get a bigger piece rather than everyone gets the equal pieces. Socialism focuses on fairness for everyone. It does not create inequality between like super rich people or super poor people, which creates a less gap between rich and poor, and which does not support the inequality of super rich and poor people. Socialism also, in socialism, people share the same resources, like there is electricity and healthcare institutions, which is owned by everyone rather than like the business people. So it's like everyone, and everyone is living a decent life. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, the esteemed panel of judges, the respected teachers, and all the cheerful audience present here today. I am Dil Madhikari, speaking as the second speaker of the opposing team, and I highly oppose the motion that the concept of greater good is better in socialism than in capitalism. As my opponent stated that in socialism there is equality, and she used the example of a cake. She said that everyone gets equal pieces of cake. But what if there is a person who baked the cake for everyone? He was wishing to eat that cake more because he added more effort onto that cake to baking that cake. And there's everyone else, his friends who did nothing in the job, and everyone gets the equal piece. It's just like saying in a concept, let's say that in a company, everyone is getting the equal amount of salary, the CEO and the janitor, everyone. Technically, the CEO should be getting more because he is applying more effort on it, and the janitor should be getting lesser because he's applying less effort on it. In this case, the rich only gets richer and the poor only gets poorer. If everyone is given the equal amount of stuff, there is no concept of competition. Everyone will be demotivated. What's the point? Why should I work hard if we're all going to get the same results? If I want to be at the top, if I'm the best, then I should be at the top. That's the concept of capitalism. Whoever is the best goes to the top and they rule the nation, the entity, the classroom, etc. And with this, I would like to conclude my short speech. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Aditya Basner, and today I'm going for the motion that the greater good is achievable in socialism than capitalism. And I go highly against my fellow debaters who said that the baker gets the cake as he baked it. If you are going with the same morals, then the tailor has clothes for himself, the baker has the bakery goods for himself, and the carpenter has the table and desk for himself only. And they live in their own imaginary life where they can only make the use of their skills rather than making use of everybody's skills. As my debater said that 2-3 companies are making our life more easy. If we have our life in the hands of 2-3 companies only, then why do we need millions of companies who are working for our good in different countries? Socialism focuses more on freedom, basic needs, and what other people have for other people, and it focuses more on everybody's good rather than good of 1-3 group of people, and it also focuses on the basic needs which needs to be covered by everyone. Imagine a country where only few people get the money, few people get the basic needs, and others are left behind in the dust with nothing. They are unemployed, they are suffering, they are malnutrition, and they don't get the basic needs. Now, let's imagine another country where everybody has electricity, water, food, and the basic needs are supplied. Which country would you rather stay in? The one with the poor and rich with disparities, or the one with the basic needs? The answer is clear, everyone. We all need the country with the basic needs. Our fellow debaters said that only a few people need to get the part of the cake. If it is so, then everybody will only eat their cake and wouldn't have the taste of others' cake, isn't it? Now, let's move on to freedom. Will you get freedom if you have money? Will you get freedom if you have a job? And will you get freedom if you have the basic needs or not? Then we all go with socialism, and I would like to make my speech.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
Good morning, respected panel of judges, my fellow debaters, and everyone present here. I'm Avima Batra, and today I'm going against the motion on the topic, the greater good is achievable by socialism than capitalism. I disagree with this point because, firstly, I would like to talk about how Singapore practices capitalism and how Nepal practices socialism. Which country do you think is more developed? Right? And I'd like to talk about the fact that Nepal was ruled by Ranas and capitalism was practiced during that point. But during that point, there were a lot of developments, and what is happening now? Corruption. Moving on, I would like to talk about the fact that since the 1700 centuries, capitalism has helped lift up the standards of people's average standard of life. Moving on, I would like to talk about how in different entities and organizations there are different people, right? And if everybody gets an equal amount of life, who's the leader? Who is leading it? Is everybody supposed to? Is everyone just supposed to move in a straight line without any goals or any passion for it? If there's a leader, then you have something that you are supposed to work for. You have something that you have to work towards. And capitalism has improved the salary of different people. And if we practice socialism, everyone will get the same amount of money. While in capitalism, everyone will get the amount of money they deserve to. So imagine you're working hard for something and someone is not even doing a little amount of job. So who is supposed to get more profit from that thing that you're doing? Obviously the one who works more, right? Yes. That's why capitalism is more
Yes, please go ahead.
Health is wealth, but in today's world, wealth has become health. Warm greetings to the esteemed panel of judges, where the opponents, fellow teammates, and the audience. I'm Rashmi Thapa from Greater Moksha, and I'm delighted to be standing here today and speaking for the motion that the concept of greater good is more achievable in socialism than capitalism. I'd like to start by rebutting my opponent's points. Firstly, my last opponent mentioned that if we follow socialism, then there will be no leader. We will all be standing in a straight line where nobody is greater than the other person. But they've forgotten that socialism also has a government. The only concept that socialism holds is that basic needs of all people should be fulfilled, and I am 100% sure that everybody here believes that. Imagine a world where each and every member of society has access to basic needs. Then this would increase productivity. They talked about the incentive for innovation in capitalism being monetary gain. In capitalism, people will work hard and they will put in investments in their work to gain money. But in socialism, people will work for the welfare of people, which is much greater. People will work for love, for their community, and I strongly believe that love is a much greater incentive than profit. Capitalism holds the belief that profit is greater than people, which in no way can be right. My opponent gave an example of Singapore and Nepal, and she also said that in the Rana period, our country was more developed. But what about the people? The monetary gain is not everything. The lifestyle of people, the basic needs of people must be fulfilled in order to consider a country developed. Another example that I would like to give is about US. We consider US to be a powerful economy, a high first world country with developed resources and great infrastructure. But the health system in the US is crumbling.
a recent news that we got to know was there about the killing of the CEO of Universal Health, which is a famous insurance company in the US.
The CEO was killed because the insurance company denied insurance to people on a large scale, and due to which most people of the United States are supporting the killer because the company was gaining profit at the cost of people's lives. And so, even though on the outside we think that it is a prospering country and we envy countries such as the US, their health system is lacking due to the very concept of capitalism. Another point I'd like to mention is that profits are not sustainable. Capitalism is a short-term belief of working hard, which is also rigged because not all members of the society have their basic needs fulfilled in order for them to work equally and get the same benefits according to the efforts that they put. And so I strongly believe that socialism is a greater system for countries to follow. And with that, I'd like to end my debate. Thank you.
Love is more stronger factor.
Success is seen more. Motivation for their own personal success is seen more in this generation, and it is more promoted. So motivation for self-success can promote more development for the country, for the citizen, indirectly or directly. It has still been doing more development. And also, as our opponent mentioned, that basic needs is more important, but I would like to say the fact that even the rich people who do charity work often has been indirectly providing to the basic needs of the citizen. Like charity works done by richer people, they donate money, clothes, shelter, and orphanages, old age homes. They donate to these organizations, NGOs, for their own personal growth, but it has been indirectly helping the people of the citizen of the country. So I think that capitalism has been, it has not only been showing, but that indirectly it has been helping the development of the people a lot. Thank you.
You can just stand from, you can speak from there.
Can I see or not?
You can see, no man. This is without points, no?
As my opponent said that basic needs is everything in socialism, and she didn't mention anything about capitalism. And the other point I would like to add is she said something about charity. In socialism, we don't need any charity because everybody gets health benefits and there is equal rights for everyone. Another point my opponent said is that we don't have love in today's world. That's what's missing, and that's why we need socialism. I have a picture for all of you to see. Who do you think is much greater? Who do you think wins? I think we all have winner there. Socialism wins, and we can achieve greater good in socialism. Thank you.
Okay, imagine having the freedom to pursue your own passions, set your own schedules, and build something that's truly extraordinary. That's the power of entrepreneurship. Warm greetings to the esteemed panel of judges, my respected teachers, my worthy opposition, and my dear friends. I'm Anne, and I'm the first speaker speaking for the motion, entrepreneurship is better than getting employed. Firstly, let's be clear about what we mean. An entrepreneur is someone that creates and runs their own business. They take majority of the risk, but also take majority of the earnings. They are driven by innovation and the desire to build something for the society. In contrast, an employee is someone that exchanges their skill and time for a regular paycheck. They are driven by stability and the structure of an existing organization. Okay, according to a new Gallup survey, 70% of Americans are dissatisfied at their job. This speaks volume about the increasing number of people that realize that the traditional career path is not the best. Okay, to speak about why entrepreneurship is better than being an employee, we have to talk about freedom. As an entrepreneur, you are in the driver's seat. You call the shots. You don't have to follow anyone's decisions. You make the shot. You don't have to be involved in office politics. You can do. You have the freedom to pursue whatever you want. Also, talking about earning potential, the amount of money you can earn as an entrepreneur is truly limitless. Instead of having a fixed salary, your earning is tied to the hard work and progress of your own company. The greater effort and hard work you put, the greater the earnings is going to be. The potential is truly limitless. Also, entrepreneurs make a change. They are not just building a business, they are solving problems. They are building developing products and services that improve people's life. It's a powerful feeling knowing that you are making a difference in this world. Let's take examples of some entrepreneurs. Elon Musk, he was pursuing a business degree in Harvard, but he dropped out knowing that he could build something. He was millions in debt, but his hard work and his desire to build something for our society is what drives him. Currently, his businesses such as Tesla and SpaceX are one of the highest earners and most successful companies around the world. SpaceX recently became the first company to land its own boosters, and that's something no one has ever been able to achieve before. His desire to do something for the world is driving his passion. With this, I'd like to end my speech. Thank you.
Is to discover the fountain of youth. Award weekly to the panel of jury, esteemed audience, my fellow competitors, and my teammates. I, Unav Pura, I am going against the motion on the topic entrepreneurship is better than employment. So, as the first speaker, I'd like to portray the points. First point is that entrepreneurship applies a lot of stress on a person. First of all, you have to manage the business. You have to decide how much payment you have to give to everybody, and you usually have an unstable source of income, so you cannot pay the employees. In contrast, employment has a fixed payroll and paycheck, while the employees get a fixed paycheck. In contrast to entrepreneurship, is more stable and helps for a healthy lifestyle. Although entrepreneurship is a 50-50% chance of making success, employment has a better stability, and you can use your resources as an employee to have a better income and have a better life. One more point, entrepreneurship is very risky and entrepreneurship is very risky and also provides an unstable source of income, such that a lot of people do not try their ideas. Added to that, employment can be more stable and stress-free, which helps them express their emotions, and they can work normally in any source of environment without any stress. With that, I conclude my speech.
Wait.
The only way to create your future is to build it. This is a famous quote said by Abraham Lincoln himself. Good morning to the esteemed panel of judges, respected teachers, and all the audience present here today. I am Askesha Kharga and I stand here highly agreeing on the motion set before us that being an entrepreneur is better than getting an employment. So imagine this. You just wake up early in the morning, you're at a coffee shop, and the smell of freshly brewed coffee just fills the air. And then you check your clock, your watch, it's 11 a.m. But you don't have to be afraid of being late or going late to the office and submitting any kind of report to the boss. There is not any kind of schedule that is set, no strict deadlines, no rigid deadlines or anything. You are your own boss because you are an entrepreneur. This is the life of an entrepreneur. You invent something out of nothing. Now, let me tell you the definition of entrepreneur according to the Oxford Dictionary. An entrepreneur is someone who creates business or businesses taking financial risks in the hope of making profit. Now allow me to transport you back to the 2008 where Steve Jobs, as we all know, who invented iPhone. And now this particular iPhone is now very famous among all the youths. It's very trending, and yes, this particular invention made him reach to the higher level, increasing his status and growing him financially as well. So Steve Jobs was a very influential person. He was not waiting behind a desk wanting for a promotion from his boss or anything. He followed his own path, created his own path, and achieved success in his own world. With this note, I would like to end my argument that being an entrepreneur is better than getting an employment. Thank you.
Good morning, respected teachers, honored guests, my dear friends and fellow opponents. Today, I am Siraj Pradhan and I am standing against the motion on topic why being an entrepreneur is better than being employed. First of all, being an entrepreneur offers us more offers and reasons to be than employment. It gives us financial stability which helps in different aspects. How can you enjoy a cup of coffee if you don't have a stable income with all of the necessities? Being an entrepreneur also gives us less risks. Being an entrepreneur also gives us less risks as we don't have to pay a large sum of money for a startup business. Either you make it or you don't in this industry. While being an entrepreneur may be successful, but it can also become very stressful as you have to juggle through multiple areas in which you are not expertise. While being employed, you can work in a place where you have your expertise. Being an entrepreneur is also not helpful as we cannot have a stable income and various resources. While being employed, you can also have a stable social income life as well as various resources. Thank you.
Show me someone who didn't make a mistake, and I'll show you someone who never tried. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this side of the house. I'm Tinashika, here to speak on the motion. Entrepreneurship is better than getting employed. Okay, let's imagine a boy named Thomas living in the late 19th century. He was creative, innovative, and he was often scolded for getting distracted at school. But the Thomas Edison we know today has created something that is used in every house, has a legacy that everybody respects. That is what entrepreneurship provides. While employees work under rules set by someone else, and their progress is determined by a corporate hierarchy, entrepreneurs have the freedom to do what they like and invent something that they want to. My worthy opponent mentioned that employees work for their basic needs, but entrepreneurs provide their and everyone else's basic needs. They're sometimes the reason a country's economy is working. Entrepreneurs have have unlimited freedom, while employees have very limited freedom. Let's take another example, Henry Ford, who revolutionized the automobile industry. If he chose the safe route of employment, would that legacy exist? Would thousands of people get employment? No. I strongly believe entrepreneurship is better than employment, and I back it up because in the past, employment was the cornerstone of industries, but the greatest inventions are done by entrepreneurs. Right now, in the present, while science and technology is at its peak, entrepreneurship is touching new heights every day. While employment does not have certainty because of development of AI. In the future too, employment will not have certainty, but entrepreneurship will keep reaching new heights, which is why I always believed that entrepreneurship is better than getting employed. Thank you.
A bird in a hand is worth two in the bush, a proverb warns us. Good morning to the esteemed panel of judges, my fellow teammates, my worthy opponents, and my delightful audience. Today, I, Christine Madari, am standing here to speak against the motion that entrepreneurship is better than getting employed. According to the statistics, there are 3.5 billion people in the world getting employed. If every employee were to was to get involved in an entrepreneur, was to become an entrepreneur, then that would add 3.5 million more entrepreneurs in this world. This would make unhealthy competition between entrepreneurs, which would disrupt world peace. Along with that, statistics in the US says that 81% of the entrepreneurs make it to the first year. They succeed in the first year. But 35% don't make it to the 10th year, whereas 42% of the entrepreneurs fail because of lack of productivity, lack of efficiency. So that is 42% of the people with no food in their plates, with nothing to provide to their family. And I believe that entrepreneurship is a big gamble. You never know if it's going to work out or if it's not going to work out. I believe slow and steady wins the race. So being an employee is much better than being an entrepreneur. Yes, the world needs both entrepreneurs and employees. Without employees, and a business is not going to run. Imagine all of the 3.5 billion people are invested to become an entrepreneur. Now, for example, I want to become an entrepreneur.
I started a business, but I have no employees because all of the employees are set to become an entrepreneur. Now I have to, like my opponent mentioned, if you're an entrepreneur, you can wake up in the morning with no stress, with a cup of coffee, but that is not true. I would have to wake up in the morning and do all of the works that normally an employee would do. Now all of the burden of running a business would go all in my hand. So that would add more to the stress, which would lead to mental illness. Imagine working day and nights with sleepless nights, only with the fear of losing your business the next day. That is what entrepreneurship can do. So I believe that small employees are much of the need in today's generation than entrepreneurship. And along with that, I believe that if you're, as my opponent mentioned, that if everyone's an entrepreneur, they can chase their dreams. But 90% of the people will fail to achieve their dreams and will become a failure if everyone chases entrepreneurship, and the world's economy would not run because of that. And with that, I believe that employees are much rather needed in today's generation than entrepreneurship, and I strongly believe that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, both the teams. Thank you so much, both the teams. If there is still some points to put, so the opponent team can rebut. Please proceed.
My fellow opponents mentioned how that if everybody is engaged in entrepreneurship, there will be no employees. But if everybody is engaged in employment, there will be no entrepreneur to work under. A Gallup poll shows that 85% of employees are not engaged in the work they do. They don't have the dedication or passion for the work. While 70% of the entrepreneurs have the passion in them and are highly dedicated to the work that they do. Thank you.
Proceed, please.
So as my opponent, we got to the point that if everyone's an employee, there will not be entrepreneurs. But that is not the case. In today's world, there are both employees and entrepreneurs. But if all the employees are entrepreneurs, there will not be any employees left in the world.
Thank you so much. So debate is basically a war of words. It's a verbal discourse which is quite healthy. So I believe most of the audience, they have already learned how to debate and the floor is heated, and if this round is so difficult, what is in store for the finale round? With that note, I'd like to request everyone stand up and make a line so that we can proceed with the class. Thank you very much for being here as a part of our program.